Welcome to Wisdom in Life. There's one thing 99% of men don't do yet. Women absolutely love it. I know that might sound extreme, but let me ask you the show often. Have you seen a guy who seems though have everything looks money confidence, yet he still struggles to create real lasting connections with women? Here's the truth. It's not about looks. It's not about wealth, and it's not about wealth, and it's not about confidence. What most men overlook are subtle, yet powerful gestures that trigger something deep inside a woman, making you not only attractive, but unforgettable. And today, I'm revealing hidden secrets, things women crave. But benighment, these aren't your typical dating tips. These psychological triggers, backed by both modern science and dank wisdom, that will completely shift the way women perceive you, without you ever needing to chase or the power of intentional touch. Be yourself. Imagine being able to tap into subconscious desires that most women didn't even realize they have. Imagine standing out from 99% off men, not by trying harder, but understanding better. Because if you didn't know these secrets, you're playing it at it. Advantage you might be missing, yet on building the kind of attraction that lingers long after you've left there. So because the final sack, the most powerful of them all, once you understand it, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. Before we dive in, if you're serious about boot mastering these life-changing insights, take a second to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Let's get into it. Secret number 1. The power of touch before intimacy. Picture this. You're on apathy vibe is good. The conversation fling. She's laughing, smiling. It all seems to be going well, but something feel off. You drop her off, send a follow-up text, and then nothing. Silence. What went wrong? Most men make your own critical mistake. They rely too much in words. They think a smooth conversation is enough to spark attraction. But for women, connection isn't just verbal. It's emotional and physical. And one of the most overlooked ways to build that emotional bridge talk. Not in a pushy or uncomfortably. Not in a way that crosses bound, but in a subtle, intentional, and meaningful way. One simple gesture that create a depth, something women's secret. Like rave, vaginal massage before in massifies. Basic, right? But here's why it's powerful for women. True intimacy isn't just about the physical act. It's a boot feeling safe scene, an emotion lock on it. And that starts with how you tuck her. Not just when it tells her I'm nothing to take, I'm here to connect. That's rare. And women notice emotional connection. The overlooked power of intentional touch. Emotional connection is just as important, if not more important, than physical attraction. All well-placed non-sexual touch can communicate far more than words. Ever cow that quietly says, I see you. I care about you. I want you to feel safe and comfortable with me. And here's the thing. It's not about being some kind of message therapist or trying to impress her with technique. It's about being present. It's about creating armament where Ash feels relaxed, understood, and genuinely desired. Not just physical, but emotionally. The secret is not just about the act of touching her. It's above the intention behind it. If you're just going through the motions, checking a box, it won't work. But if you're truly present, fully engaged, and actually paying attention to how she responds, she will feel it. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't overthink it and make it weird. Just be in them and let your actions speak for themselves." Here's the harsh truth. Most men never take the time to understand this, and it's exactly why they stay stuck in 99% struggling with emetic. But the men who to get this build deep lasting connections that women never forget in a world of instant gratification and surface level attention. This kind of the art of flirting thoughtful priest is rare. But once you master E2, Become part of the 1%, the men understand what women truly desire on a deeper, more meaningful level. Secret number to the art of flirting with confidence and respect. Now let's move on to the next secret. Flirting, but not the you're used to. Most men get flirting wrong. They either try to park coming off as pushy, or desperate, or they hold back too much afraid to make a mover, or say the wrong thing. Here's the truth. Women love flirting when it's done. Right hat means with confidence, subtlety, and above. All respect a man who knows how to effortlessly stand out. He creates an energy that feels us exciting but never flirting, isn't above top compliments or cheesy pick lines. It's about being playsuit and genuinely engaging. Think of it like a dance. You lead, she follows. But neither of you should feel forced into rhythm. One of the best ways to flirt, in a lighthearted, non-offensive way. For example, if she says she's orbed with ascertain food, you might say that's the best you've got clearly off. Never had my cookin'. It's a subtle challenge, playful fun. It keeps the conversation alive and creates a spark of friendly competition. But your risky good flirting doesn't seek validation. Themament, you try too hard to impress her. You lose your edge. Women are naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin. Men who can't joke around, tease, and have fun without needing approval. This is where Stoic philosophy comes in. Again, a high-value man doesn't flirt to win a woman over. He flirts because he's present, grounded, and simply enjoying themament. Flirting from presence, not performance. A high-value man flirts because he enjoys interaction itself, not because he's trying to get a reaction. He stays emotionally grounded, never desperate for her response. Beyond words, it's your eye contact, body language, and subtle cast that speak volumes. A confident smirk, a slow, intentional nod, a well-timed pause. These things often say more than any pickup line ever could, because real attraction, it's not built on words, alone. It's built through presence, energy, and confidence. So ask yourself, are you flirting to impress her? Or are you flirting because you're truly enjoying the moment when you mastered this mindset? You'll start to see attraction shift naturally in your favor. Secret number 3, why touching her? At the right moment, create this connection. Now, for secret number 3, something most men completely overlooked: subtle art of touching her hair when at the right moment. This small, seemingly insignificant gesture can spark a powerful emotional connection. If done wrong, it can feel awkward, forced, even intrusive. So what's the difference? It all comes down to why this works. The scalp is one of the most sensitive areas of the body, filled with nerve endings that trigger deep emotional and sensories. A gentle touch on her hair, when timed correctly, can send a clear message. I see you. I'm present with you. Tuned into your energy. It's not about the act of touching. It's about the massage behind it. But here's where Musk has messed this up. They rush. They do mechanically, or worse. They do it when there's no emotional connection in place touching. Her hair isn't something you do casually or absent-mindedly. It's about creating a moment of closeness. Picture this. You're sitting next to her mid-conversation. Shalos looks down a strand of hair for secure face. You reach up gentle confidently and brush it aside. That single act, done with presence and intention, can say more than words ever could. But remember, timing is everything. This isn't a move you try on a first encounter. It only works when there's already comfort, warmth, and chemistry in the air. If she leans in, if her eyes linger just a little longer, if hazels in a way that invites closeness, that's when you'll know the moment is right. And if the moment isn't there, didn't force it. This is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. Emotional and restaurants do stoicism, teaches us to observe without rushing, into remaining control of hers, elves, rather than being controlled. The impulse or desire. You don't touch her hair just because you want to. You do it when it feels right, when it deepens the connection, not when it satisfies a craving. So next time you're with a woman and the vibe is real, don't underestimate the power of a simple touch done with intention. It can say, everything's secret number for the subtle power of a hand on her back. This one might seem the most insignificant at first, but it speaks volumes. A confident, intentional hand on her lower back, as you guide her through a crowd or walk together in public, is one of the most subtle yet powerful gestures a man can make. Why back? As it communicates leadership and fit-ins and a sense of protection, all without saying a word. And yet 99% of men either overlook this entirely or hesitate, unsure if it's okay to do buffers. What most don't realize, women don't need grand performative displays of masculinity to feel secure. What they respond to most are these subtle, instinctual signals. The quiet ways you show that you're grounded, present, and capable of leading. When you place your hand on her back, not forcefully, but calmly and with quiet confidence, you're signaling something deeper. I'm aware. I'm in control. I've got to. It's not about dominance. It's not about control. It's about presence. But here's where many men go wrong. They hesitate, overthink it, or do in a way that feels stiff and unnatural. The key is to make it feel effortless, brief, and intentional. Picture this. You're walking side by side toward a restaurant. As you step ahead to open the door, your hand gently rests on her lower back just for a moment. That single touch speaks more than words ever could. It tells her shy with a man who moves with purpose, a man who leads not by trying to impress Buckby, simply being present from a stoic perspective. This directly into the core values of self-mastery and emotional presence. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. A stoic man doesn't ask for permission to lead. He simply lives in a way that makes others feel safe in his presence. And when you can embody that, without words, without force, you become magnetic in a world full of men who are either too timid or too aggressive. Being her protector, mastering this one simple move, sets you apart. Secret number 5. Being her protector in the smallest ways. Let's be clear. Being a protector doesn't mean treating to rescue a woman or act like her personal bodyguard. Women today are incapable and independent. They didn't need saving. But here's the secrecy. Still crave the presence of a mano, makes them feel safe. Not in some over-the-top dramatic way, but through consistent actions that quietly say, I've got you. It's in the way you position yourself between her and they. When walking, the way you notice her body language and adjust accordingly. Where you stay aware of your surroundings, not paranoid, but calmly observant. These aren't loud gestures, subtle. They're grounded in awareness, not ego. And that's exactly why they work. Being a protector isn't about dream to be a hero. It's about showing up with strength without the need to show off from a stoic lens. This is emotional discipline in action. It's about responsibility without recognition, leaders, without needing applause. And when a woman feels this level of grounded support, without you having to say a word, she remembers it, she trusts it, and that trust becomes the foundation for deep emotional connection. Secret number 4, the subtle power of a hand on her back. This zone might seem small, almost insignificant at first, but it speaks volumes. A confident, intentional hand on her lower back, us will guide her through a crowd or walk together in public is one of the most subtle yet powerful gestures a man can make. Why? Because it communicates his Leah's confidence and a sense of protection, all without saying a word. And yet 99% of men either overlook this entirely or hesitate, unsure if it's okay to do. But here's what most don't realize: women don't need grand performative displays of masculinity to feel secure. What they respond to most are these subtle and instinctual signals. The quiet ways you show that you're grounded, present, and capable of leading. When you place your hand on her back, not forcefully, but calmly, and with quiet confidence, you're signaling something deeper. I'm aware. I'm in control. I've got to. It's not about dominance. It's not about control. It's about presence. But where many men go wrong, they hesitate, overthink it, or do it in a way that feels stiff and unnatural. The key is to make it feel effortless, brief, and intentional. Picture this. You're walking side by side toward a restaurant. You step ahead to open the door. Your hand gently rests on her lower back. Just for a moment, that single touch speaks more than words ever could. It tells purses with a man who moves with purpose, a man who leads, not by trying to impress Barth, by simply being present from a stoic perspective. This is directly into the core values of self-mastery and emotional presence. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." A stoic man doesn't ask for permission to lead. He simply lives in a way that makes others feel safe in his presence. And when you can embody that, without words, without force, you become, in the smallest ways, magnetic in a world full of men who are either too timid or too aggressive. Mastering this one simple move sets EU apart secret number 5, being her protector in the smallest ways. Let's be clear, being a protector doesn't mean trying to rescue a woman or act like her personal bodyguard. Women today are strong, capable, and independent. They didn't need saving, but here's the sacredy still. Crave the presence of a mano makes them feel safe, not in so over-the-top dramatic way, but through consistent actions that quietly say, "I've got you." It's in the way you position yourself between her and when walking the way you notice her. Body language and adjust accordingly way. You stay aware of your surroundings, not paranoid but calmly observant. These aren't loud gestures subtle. They're grounded in awareness, not ego. And that's exactly why the work being a protector isn't about dream to be a hero. It's about showing up with strength without the need to show off from a stoic lens. This ice emotional discipline in action. It's about responsibility without recognition, leaders, without needing applause. And when a woman feels this level of off-grounded support without you having to say a word, she remembers it. She sits in that trust becomes the foundation for deep emotional connection. Section 1. The power of subtle psychological trigs. Notice what this does. It gently plants a seed in her mind. It suggested you feel at ease around her. Thatch has a place in your thoughts, even your dreams. There's an unspoken, a quiet intimacy that doesn't need to be explained. Women are deeply intuitive and emotionally driven. They're redrawn to the idea of being thought about in a way that feels natural, not staged or performative. Saying "I had a dream about you" is because dreams aren't something you control. They come from the subconscious, which makes the moment feel sincere and intriguing. It's not a scripted compliment. It's organic, and that makes her wonder, why was I in his dream? That question alone sparks and opens the door to emotional connection. This taps into something fundamental in female psychology: mystery and emotional depth. A woman wants to feel special, but not in an obvious generic way. This approach makes her feel important with that or expectation. Now connect this to stoicism. Stoic man doesn't chase a validation. He creates space for curiosity to grow helids calmly without forcing anything. A brief, honest comment can shift her entire perspective. It's quiet strength in action, attractive, grounded, and deliberate. So next time you're in a conversation with a woman, remember the subtle trigger. Don't overuse it. Don't fake it. But when the moment feels right, watch how she leans in and starts to see Io in a whole new light. Section to the primal pool of Vogroom beard. Let's talk about secret number 7, the silent power of a well-groomed beard. You might think, a well-groomed beard facial hair is just a style choice, but psychology say so. Otherwise, a well-maintained beard more than change your appearance. It shifts how women perceive you on a pre-level. Studies show that bearded men are often seen as stronger, more immature, and more protective. These traits triggered deep evolutionary instincts. Tito survival and safety in ancient times, warriors and leaders. Warbeards are symbols of strength, wisdom, and resilience. Those associations haven't disappeared. They've evolved today. Bard still communicates leadership, muscularity, and confidence. But here is catch. It's not just about having a bard. It's about maintaining it. A wild unkempt beard can signal neglect. A clean, intentional beard tells a different story. I take care of myself. I'm disciplined. I'm in control. This mirrors Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius said the soul become astide with the color of its thoughts. In the same way, your outward apparent reflects your inner discipline. A beard isn't just hair. It's a symbol of patience, composure, and self-mastery. And don't forget the visual advantage. A well-shaped beard frames the foes, enhances jawlines, and sharpens. It creates contrast and draws attention in all the right ways. In short, a beard done right doesn't just change how you look. It changes how you're perceived. It sends a message without you having to say a word, amplifying gangriac, the subtle power of presence. There's something distinct about a well-maintained beard. It naturally enhances attraction by giving off a sense of rugged masculinity blanched with quiet ambition. It's that blend of strength and purpose that many women find irresistibly comely. Now, does that mean you need a beard to be attractive? Not at all. But if you're capable of growing one, it can be a powerful tool in your arsenal. And if you already have facial hair, proper grooming scent, just about style, it amplifies how you are perceived, especially by women. Final thoughts. Applying these secrets with quiet confidence at this point. Unlocked 7 overlooked secret smile, but powerful shifts that change how women see you. These aren't flashy tricks or one-honor. There are subtle psychological triggers that create emotional depth, trust, and intrigue without ever seeming like you're trying too hard. Let's quickly recap. The power of touch before intimacy creates an emotional connection that most men ignore. Flirting with respect, confidence, not desperation, ticking her hair at the right moment, builds subconscious chemistry. A hand on her back in public signals quiet leadership and makes her feel secure being her protector. Installments triggers a deep, often unspoken sense of safety. Mentioning a dream about her creates emotional curiosity that lingers in her mind. A well-groomed beard taps into primal attraction, strength, stability, and maturity. So, how do you bring all of this into the real world? Key is presence. Don't force it. Don't it. Attraction comes from self-awareness, not overthinking leth behaviors. Emma naturally pay attention to moments when a touch on her hair walking beside her. Let your hand lightly glide her back if she's comfortable. A full touch on her hair. Canaanite. If the conversation has depth, casually mention a dream that included her. The less effort it seemed to take, the more powerful the effect becomes. And here's the deeper truth. These aren't just secrets to attract women. They're habits that make you a better man. Confidence, presence, self-mastery. These qualities don't just improve your dating life. They elevate every area of your existences. Is where stoicism becomes thorough. Stoic man doesn't chase. He doesn't seek validation. He walks with purpose. He's grounded in values. His presence speaks louder than words. True attraction isn't about gimmicks. It's about how you carry yourself moment by moment. So the choice is yours. Will you blend in with the 99% of men who overlook these subtle but powerful truths? Or will you apply them presence and step into the 1% who truly understand what makes a man stand out. If you're ready to implement what you've learned, drop a comment below. Let me know which insight surprised you the most. And if this added value to your life, hit that like button, then subscribe.